Learning window. Look at these sentences. 1. Ina painted a portrait. 2. A portrait was painted by Ina. Both the sentences have the same meaning, but have been written differently. Also, there is a slight difference of emphasis. In the first sentence, the subject Ina is the doer or the performer of the action. She painted. When the subject of a sentence does an action, we say that the sentence is in the active voice. In the second sentence, the subject, a portrait, is the receiver of the action. Something was done to it. It was painted. When the subject is not the doer of the action, but something is done to it, the sentence is said to be in the passive voice. Here are some examples of active and passive sentences. Note the changes in their form. Active voice. Lata wrote poems. Passive voice. Poems were written by Lata. I am driving a car. A car is being driven by me. Rajan drank the glass of milk. The glass of milk was drunk by Rajan. She has eaten my fudge brownie. My fudge brownie has been eaten by her. Poppy completed the assignment. The assignment was completed by Poppy. Remember, you can differentiate between active and passive voice by asking by whom or what. If the answer is the subject of the sentence, then it is in the active voice. If the answer is the object, then it is in the passive voice. Learning window. It is more natural to use the active voice. Using the active voice in sentences makes our writing clearer and easier to read. However, there are some situations in which we need to use the passive voice. Passive voice is used. A. If the doer of action is not known. Example, the documents were stolen. We don't know who stole the documents. B. If the stress is more on action rather than the doer of the action. Example, our house is being painted. The painting of the house is more important than who is painting it. C. If the emphasis is on the thing or the person who receives the action. Example, the package was delivered. The package is given importance. Rules of conversion from active to passive voice. Study these rules to be kept in mind while changing a sentence from the active voice to the passive voice. A. The positions of the subject and the object of the verb are interchanged. The object of the verb in the active voice becomes the subject in the passive voice. Example, Sonali cooked the dinner. Active voice. The dinner was cooked by Sonali. Passive voice. Sonali is the subject in the first sentence, which is in active voice. She is the doer of the action. In the second sentence, the dinner is the subject, but it is not the doer of the action. B. Be verb plus past participle of the original verb is used. Example, she was writing letters. Active voice. Letters were being written by her. Passive voice. C. In the passive voice, the preposition by is added before the doer or the object. Example, I bought cherries. Active voice. Cherries were bought by me. Passive voice. D. The number of the verb is changed according to the number and person of the subject. If the subject is singular, the verb will be singular. If the subject is plural, the verb will be in the plural form. Example, Raghav writes stories. Active voice. Stories are written by Raghav. Passive voice. In the first sentence, Raghav is the subject, so the verb is in the singular form, writes. However, in the passive voice, stories becomes the subject and it is plural. So, when we add be verb plus past participle, we use the be verb are and not the be verb is. Learning window. Personal pronouns also change in the passive voice. The words I, we, he, she, They are used as subjects, and me, us, him, her, them are used as objects. You and it remain unchanged in the passive form. Examples: active voice, I posted the letter. Passive voice, the letter was posted by me. We ate the cherries. The cherries were eaten by us. He or she baked fresh buns. Fresh buns were baked by him or her. We gave her a gift. She was given a gift by us. They recycled the old bottles. The old bottles were recycled by them. It chased the squirrels. The squirrels were chased by it. They saw you at the function. You were seen at the function by them.